welcome back. Come back for more, huh? It's about time we dove back into my book, Sharpening the Sword. It's been a few weeks now. Been a little distracted by the podcast action. And if you haven't checked out the podcast yet, I highly recommend you do so. The playlist, Getting to Know, has all the videos that you need to see on that topic. So let's dive into my book here, Sharpening the Sword, shall we? Been a few weeks. Today we're on Chapter 7. It's another chapter that has a bit of a martial arts, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu focus. Let's get into it. Shall we? Chapter 7, Don't Tap to Position. There are those days where you just want to throw in the towel. Tough sales where you feel tempted to just walk out in the middle of negotiations. Sales and entrepreneurship can be a path lined with challenging situations. Learning to stay in the fight when you feel down and out is a powerful asset to be gained from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Tapping to position means to surrender before the fight should have been over. This occurs when someone is placed in an uncomfortable position and begins to panic and give up before a submission is even locked on them. In the world of business and entrepreneurship, this happens all the time. Countless potential transactions that would have been greatly beneficial to all parties involved are sabotaged when someone listens to their weakling, see Chapter 2, and taps out at the first sign of distress. You won't create the results you want if you fold over at every negotiation. Let's say you walk into a situation where you must sell your business to a buyer. Your need is dire. Will you just give up and walk away at the first objection? No, you stay in the fight and further sell your value. Educate more. Negotiate what you are willing to. You simply cannot afford to throw in the towel every time a challenge arrives. How can we deliberately increase our tolerance to challenging situations? Seek out challenging situations. Now, if you want to finish the rest of the chapter on your own time, you have to pick up the book, which you can find the link down below. And I was inspired by this chapter by one of my first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coaches, Coach Juan Tatum. Thank you for this. He yelled at me because I tapped a position. I was getting smashed by a superior Jiu-Jitsu fighter. I was on bottom side control. The pressure was immense. It was uncomfortable. He was crushing me. I couldn't breathe. I had sweat dripping in my eyes that wasn't my own. Uncomfortable. So I tapped. I gave up. I just said, give up and let's do another match. And Coach Juan fucking yelled at me. He's like, no. He's like, get back down there. He's like, the match is not over. There was no submission. You weren't actually defeated. You just gave up. And I clicked for me. I'm like, holy shit. I was just basically being a punk ass. I didn't like what was happening and I gave up. I tapped to position. And from then on, no matter how much discomfort I'm in or how much the situation looks bad in a jiu-jitsu match, I've just pushed through, whether to win or to lose. But I tell you what, I'm not tapping a position. And I've done the same thing in business where I've gone to a meeting and I try to sell somebody some services or a product and they tell me no. And I'm just like, okay, well, thanks for your time. Have a good day. That I tapped a position there. And I realized that I got to stay in the fight and say, hey, I understand you don't want to purchase a roof or whatever. Nobody does, but here's, what your shingles are showing. Educate about the product. Maybe I can come down the price a little bit. But instead of just tapping out, instead of just giving up, to fight a little harder, to push for what it is, my desired outcome. You know what I'm saying? So that's a brief summarization and partial reading of Chapter 7 of Sharpening the Sword. Don't tap to position. Again, if you want a copy of the book for your own, down in the description there's links. And I think up here somewhere you'll find my other links as well you can check out. In the description as well, we also have a free stock for you. If you'd like a free stock, join our Discord to engage in the conversation. Subs, comments, likes, all that good stuff. Fire me up to create even better content for you guys here. Check out the podcast as well. Another one coming tomorrow. I got a handful of interesting guests lined up so you guys can kind of get to know what's going on in their industries and pick their brains with me a little bit here. So it's pretty fun. All right, again, guys, Joseph Bryant here, wrapping up. That was Chapter 7 of Sharpening the Sword, Don't Tap the Position, and I will catch you guys on the next one. All right, see ya.